Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Lilian Akwunwa, aka Malicha. So I'm so excited that you're joining me on this episode. Thank you for joining me. So if you've not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on your notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I put up new content. This is the first series I'm starting. It's the writing series, so I'll be bringing you content around writing. This episode we'll be talking about signs that you can be a writer. So have you been wondering if you can actually be a writer? Have you even toyed with the idea of writing? Have you made some attempt and you're just like you're not sure? So don't worry. I will be clearing your doubts. I'll be showing you giving you some indicators that can really tell that you can be a writer, not just a writer, but a very good one at that. Okay, welcome back. The first sign you need to look out for that shows that you can be a writer is passion. Are you passionate about writing? Is this something you have a natural interest for? Is this something you desire to do? Is this something you even find yourself doing? Once in a while you just get into that writing mood and you just begin to pour out your heart, your thoughts, just flows out of you. So if you do have passion for it, if you have passion for it, if you have interest in it, then that is a sign that you can actually be a writer. So I remember as a kid, I used to one of the things that helped me realize that, oh, I love writing, right? So as a kid, I used to do a lot of poems. So when other kids are playing around, playing some games, playing outside and things like that, or even watching the TV, I would prefer to, write. I prefer to be in my room, in my own space, in my own quiet place, and just, bury my head into writing poems. I did more of poems as a kid. I did more of poems. I wrote a lot of, the words just flowed out of my heart easily. I didn't have to think too hard. I didn't have to try too hard. It just came. So I just put them down. And also because I wasn't so expressive as a kid, I wasn't a talker. I wasn't a talker. I was more introverted growing up. For me, writing was a way I literally expressed myself. So I just put my thoughts down. Let me see. I think I should have one of my own poems. Let me see if I can get that for you. Okay, so I think I have something here. So this is my first book. I wrote that several years ago, like shouldn't be less than 6-7 years now that I wrote this. And it was my first book, which I wrote in my late teenagers. So I have a poem in it. Where are you? Okay, I found it. So it's like the introduction to the book. It actually captures my thoughts regarding the book. So it's just before the first chapter. I'm going to read it to you. So here it goes. When the sun shines, their petals unfold. When they are still seeds, they remain safe. When they are nurtured, they are seen by all. That's what makes them special. They grow among thorns, and their beauty attracts. No other name befits them, for they are called lilies. As you open the pages, my lilies unfold, for all to see. Aww. So it's not a recent poem. I wrote it even before I wrote the book, several years ago. So if you have passion for writing, if it's something you love doing, then you can be, that's a good sign that you can be a writer. So what's the second sign? The second sign is reading. Do you love reading? The truth is, you cannot be a good writer if you are not a good reader. If you're not a voracious reader, if you're not an avid reader, you cannot be a good writer. Most good writers or great writers emerge from being great readers, you know. So is this something you find easy to do? Is this something you like doing? Yes, in this part of the world, reading wasn't really our culture, but interestingly, that is really changing. A lot of people are consuming stuff, like they're consuming materials, things. I mean, you need to see the way, we all know the way people consume content online. So but then this kind of reading is not just you going online and reading social media posts. No, it's about you seeing volumes of publication or write-ups and you just devour them. I remember as a teenager, I used to read anything and everything that came my way, you know, books like Charles Dickens, James Hadley Chase. Okay, I also read a lot of Chinua Achebe's books, then Chimamanda. Later on, as I grew, I started reading more of the Frank Peretti, Ted Dekker, Karen Kingsbury, Francine Rivers, you know, so those were the books that I enjoyed reading. I mean, novels, all kinds of novels. And interestingly, those books were quite voluminous. I mean, some were as lengthy as 400 pages, 500 pages. And I'll sit down, you know, read all through the night. I'll stay up, awake all night reading, you know. And, you know, I could finish a whole novel in less than 24 hours, you know. And so if you find yourself doing a lot of reading, enjoying all kinds of, you know, reading, you know, you enjoy reading anything that comes your way, you just like to consume books, you devour them, you know, any piece of article that comes your way, any publication, any work, you know, that comes your way, you just enjoy them. Stories, a lot of stories, you know, that could be a good indicator that you can be a writer. Yes. Another sign that you can be a writer is if you are expressive. So you are expressive in writing, you're expressive, you know, in you like to express yourself writing, not talking. You know, there are people like that, and it's funny how, you know, back then in school, lots of teenage and childhood memories where you have a teacher call a student to come up and, you know, talk about something, stand in front of the class and talk, you know, and they literally develop cold feet, or they really can't communicate, you know, to the whole class. Not because mostly because they are not so much of so they are not so good with verbal communication. There are people like that they find themselves more expressive when they write. They're able to express themselves better, they're able to explain things better, they're able to, you know, say what they really want to say, you know. So if you're like that, it could be a sign that you can be a writer. And, you know, being expressive in writing also, some of those signs also show when you prefer to text, do a text message rather than call somebody, or you prefer to chat, send a chat rather than putting a call through to somebody or staying up on a phone conversation, So there are people like that just prefers, oh, you know what, let me just do the writing. They just find that easier to express themselves. So that is a sign that you can be a writer. Another sign you need to watch out for that shows you that you can be a writer is journaling. Oh, yes. So if you like to journal, like you like to write everything, you like to put down everything that happens, like keep record of major events, day-to-day activities, things that happened to other people. You just like to keep track of things. You just like to record them, put them down. That is a sign. So journaling is a sign that you can be a writer. You're the kind of person that likes to keep a diary. Oh, you just you just love to keep a diary of events, things happening to you, even things happening around you or to other people. You just like to journal. So basically, that is a very good sign, a very, very good sign, because writing is all about you putting your thoughts down, keep expressing yourself in words. It's all about writing. Writing is all about writing. So if you do a lot of writing, then you can be a writer. Interestingly, I used to joke that when I'm going to my husband's house, I'm going to carry my books, my journals, like those are the first things I'm going to carry along. But really, I don't think that's a joke. I really am going to take all of my journals, all of my books, all of my notebooks, all of my jotters. Things that I've been putting down for years. It's a lot of memory to lose, So if you're that kind of a person that you value your journal more than clothes, shoes, bags, accessories, that is a sign. That is a good sign that you can be a writer if you value your journals, the records you keep, stories you write, things you put together, the thoughts that you've penned down in some places. It's a good sign. Another sign that you can be a writer is adventure. Yes, adventure. Going to places, visiting new places is actually a form of education on its own. Exposure is another form of education. So when you go to a new environment, you engage in fun activities, you like to go to the movies like I do, or you just like to meet new people, make new friends, and skating, swimming, whatever. So whatever it is you like to engage in, any form of adventure that you like to engage in, can be an indication that you can be a writer. The reason why adventure is a sign is because you are exposed to new things, new ideas, new environment, new people, and it expands your worldview, and you are able to tell a story better than someone who has not experienced that thing. So you're able to, because of your experience, you're able to give more life and expression and reality to when you're telling a story, when you're talking about something. So that is why adventure is a sign that you can be a writer. One more sign that you can be a writer is your thinking and imagination. So if you are a great creative thinker and you engage your imagination a lot, then that is a sign that you can be a writer. Actually, you can't be a writer if you are not a thinker. You can't be a writer if you don't think. If you're not a creative thinker, you can't separate creative thinking from writing, or you can't separate creative thinking from creative writing. You can't even separate thinking, as it were, from writing, because everything, before you even put pen to paper or start typing your story, you know, you would have thought through what you want to write about, and then you organize them, then you begin to put them together. So I mean, critical thinking, creative thinking, and then your imagination, your creative imagination is a strong pointer that you can be a writer, you know. So if you're the kind of person that you like to get lost in your own world, like me, so you have this, you're able to build this world, or like most little girls do, where they build a fantasy of a fairy tale, you know, and all of that. I mean, so so you like to get lost in your own world of imagination. You like to create your own world. You like to think about something new. You like to imagine something new. You like to imagine something else. You've got these ideas popping in your head and all of that. So yes, that is a sign that you can be a writer, because then you are able to bring people or readers into another world of imagination. You're creating a world and bringing people into that world. So that is a sign that you can be a writer. Well, I hope you've been able to catch one or two things, you know, that that can be a strong reason for you to go into writing, if I mean any of these signs that I mentioned applies to you. So thank you for watching today's episode. Thank you for joining me on this channel. Please and please, if you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe, like right now. Subscribe, turn on your notification bell so that you can get notified when I drop a new content. And if this made sense to you, please share with your friends, share with your network, share with people around you. Please do share. And also, I would like to have your comments, your feedback. So I would like you to drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Share, you can tell us more signs that you think shows a person is a writer. Anything, you know, if it was a good one, if it was, you know what, I don't know. It was just there. So please send in your comments. Thank you. I look forward to getting them. So, and you can also follow me on my social media platforms, on Lilian Akwunwa on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next episode. It's still the writing series, so I'll see you in the next episode.